Hi, welcome to Art Draw. Today we're going to draw Kendo from Fortnite. So I'm going to draw like the head here and like the upper body sort of going down to the waist. He'll have his sword sort of behind his shoulder. So let's go to the top. What I'm going to do is sort of draw in, I guess, the start of the hairline, which I'm going to put a dot there. And from that little dot, we've kind of got sort of tapering out like almost like a little sort of V going on. And that kind of goes around nice and sort of fluid sort of around sort of the side of his head and down, and then so the forehead's here, and then I've got the hair flying out this way, so I'm gonna draw some nice sort of swooshy bits coming out. Sort of piece there comes out, another bit sort of comes down around like that, and then there's another one sort of coming down, sort of comes down like that and sort of chips up, goes up to that middle sort of V there. Cool, I've got that in there. So what I'm going to do now is just do the back of the hair, kind of like it's all bunched up to a bun at the back. So what I'm going to do is just draw some little sort of swooshes that kind of lead up and around to the back of the head. So it kind of bumps around because it's all like sort of bunched. So like a few little sort of swirly bits in that. Just sort of shows like the texture of the hair going up. Comes around here, sort of around that point and down. Few little sort of pieces of hair sort of flying out from back there, and then he's got like this sort of bunch that sort of falls behind him there. So I'm going to just that center point there, I'm just going to sort of come up there, come around that way. So again, you can sort of see sort of like the swooshes of it sort of coming around. So I'm just sort of going to put a few of those in. Maybe there's a little bit of hair coming out that way. So the wind must be blowing on his head. Right. Done that outer part now, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to draw him with that mask on. So I've got an ear here, so that will come around sort of nicely around that way. Draw a little bit in the middle there. And then coming down here, so let's do the outer part of the face. So kind of got the forehead coming down, sort of where the hair falls there, just bring it down like that. And then what I can do, right in sort of the middle here, I'm going to draw a nice little kind of curve. And that's like the top of the mask. That mask then dips sort of below and up like that. And then on this side, it kind of comes around, sort of dips, comes around sort of to the cheek area there, to that ear. Then it kind of comes around here. So I'm gonna draw like the cheekbone area in, bring it in there. Now there's a few like teeth elements from the costume of the mask. So I'm gonna just draw out, curve there for the outer tooth. And then I'm going to just come in there where the chin area is and around. Right, cool. Let's just finish off the teeth. I've got one there. There's another one sort of coming up here. Sort of a little V there, and the smile sort of comes around that way. Then we've got another sort of almost like triangle there. A larger tooth that comes up and down, and then another outer one. So it's got the top of it there and it kind of curves on out like there. Cool, now I've got those in, sort of like two little ones there and then two little ones there. And then I'm just going to draw a little black line like that. And then I can do like the lip area. So I guess underneath that we've got like the lip area going up. And then just kind of like pipes around like that, okay? While I'm here, let's get the nose done. So the nose is like a nice sort of rounded V, coming in around there and out like that where our nostril is. Just sort of going to draw a couple of lines there. And then it's almost like piped, so I'm just going to follow around that area, just beef it up with a nice black line around there. Like that. And then it sort of curves around this side up to there. Now while I'm here, let's do the eyebrows and the eyes. So the eyebrows sort of go from that center point up. There's an eyebrow, I would say about that point there. I'm just gonna sort of come outwards, nice strong eyebrows on Kendo. Like that, and then just curve them around nicely. On this side, same sort of thing, so start about sort of that point there, and we'll just bring it out, we'll just curve it out, down, just beef it up a bit. Again, nice strong eyebrows on him there. It's got a really nice sort of eyebrow going on. Underneath that, I'm going to draw two arcs, like upper arcs here. One here on this left-hand side, just bring it around and out a bit. And on this side, I'm going to start about there, and curve it around and out a bit. And then we're just going to draw another curve underneath. So one there, and in that area I'm just going to give a hint of the eye, so just going to draw that around like that. Okay, cool. Okay, that's looking good. Next up, we're going to draw this big old collar. So part of the collar is obscured, sort of the cheek, the chin area here. First of all, I'm going to draw out this way. I'm going to come out from where that sort of tooth area is there, just bring a nice old line out to about there. Then we're going to come down to maybe about this point. Let's see, I think it must curve into a zip area there. On this side, we're going to come up this way. It curves up a little bit, so it goes out, curves up here and around like that, and then we'll bring it down like that. Okay, just going to go around the edges there. It's almost like a zip area sort of either side, so I'm just going to sort of just almost like pipe it around there. And then here there's a neck going on from that middle center bit. We're just going to bring it up there, just another line like that. Cool. There's a few little sort of cushioned sort of elements on the costume, so I'm just going to sort of give a hint of those there, coming across that way and then back along like that. Nice. Okay, right, let's have a look at the shoulders. So we've got one nice long shoulder coming out here. So I've got shoulder coming down like that there. And on this side, the shoulder area sort of goes to a pad there. So it kind of comes out from there. It's like a pad area that comes around and out like that. Let's just fill that in now. Like a little squared area like that. Now we can come down a little bit with the arms. This actual shoulder pad, let's draw that in first actually. There's two little horns on it. There's one sort of coming up this way first of all, sort of goes up to about there. So I'm just going to sort of just try and draw that in there. Horn there, a little line out and down there, and then I think there's another little horn like that there. Then we could just swoosh around, come down and around like that, just draw those little areas. Maybe we'll just pipe it a little bit like that. Nice. Okay, now I've got that in, I can draw this sort of outer arm. This left hand side sort of comes down, elbows about there, and it comes up. So I'm going to sort of draw down from that pad, just sort of draw down nicely there. Sort of the crease of his arm is there. On the other side, I think it must come down probably to about this point. We've got a little wobbly shoulder elbow pad there that kind of comes up and out. Let's just pipe that like that. And then I can draw the forearm there. So the wrist area probably comes up to about there. So I'm going to just get my pen and just draw up like that. And from the elbow here, I'm going to come up, sort of taper in there to the wrist. On this side, the arm, I guess, sort of comes down here. There's a bit of sort of a line where the costume is, and that kind of comes down there where the bicep area is to the forearm here. So I'm going to bring my pen down like that. Again, we've got sort of these little sort of up and down areas in the middle of the forearm. We'll just sort of just draw that in there. Then we can put the tricep down to the elbow here. So just bring your pen about there, just curve it out a little bit and inwards there. Now there's the forearm's like a glove that goes all the way up here. So what I'm going to do is draw a nice, actually there's a little bit of the arm there, and then a nice curve that comes around like that. Let's just join it up. Then I can taper it in. So I'm just going to taper it in where the forearm is, go down to there, taper down there where the forearm is, just taper it down. That's all I'm going to draw to at the moment. There's another little bit of piping here, so I'm just going to just draw a couple of little curves, quite nice to do in my picture. And then I've got those bits in. What I think I should do next is sort of draw this torso. The chest area sort of comes down this way, the back is like there, comes down to a belted area about here. So from about this point, I'm going to draw out and then nicely sort of curve down and then pop it out a little bit. On this side, I come down to about here. I'm going to start in the middle of the bicep about this point, bring it in and down like that. Now right here, there's almost like a rope belt going on, so I'm gonna just denote that here in the center. Just draw a nice sort of tapered, almost like triangle bit. Just pop a couple of lines on to show it's rope. And then what I'm gonna do is sort of bring this along here, so it's sort of weaved in. So I'm just gonna show that by kind of going up and down, to show that sort of weave of the rope. Come out a bit, and then we'll go do the underside of it. Or just continue with your pen, just bring it up and down. And this side it will come around the corner there, so we're just going to go right up to that point and then just draw that weaving in around there. Two little tassel areas, again they sort of come down this way, so just sort of bring your pen in and out, and then a tassel, in and out, and then the tassel, so a little line there. We'll just meet it up, a little line like that. Come down this way, same sort of thing, so a tassel, so a line, and down here, sort of nice little zigzag and out, and sort of just sort of match it up like that. That's quite cool. Now there's a little knife going on here, sort of in between the belts, so I'm going to draw a line up out there, and probably about here. Just draw the hilt of it there, and it kind of comes out this way. So there's a fairly straight line that comes out from here, it's about there. And then we're going to draw another, sort of curve it around, join it up like that. Just draw the end of the blade like that at the moment. Then his costume kind of comes down this way, like the tails of it come down here. So I'm just going to draw a line up, so that knife there, and then I'm going to taper it out about here. And then I can see on his uniform and costume, it kind of comes down, there's a red element to it that comes down around here. So let's just draw that in. I'm going to come out from that center point, draw a nice little curve like that. Then I'm going to bring it down to the hilt of that knife. So it continues behind it, and then sort of comes down this way, and then comes out down here. So I'm going to draw it like that, and then just taper it off. And on this side, that area sort of comes down here, so I'm just going to draw down like that, and then a couple of little lines, sort of taper those off there. The legs are here, so just a hint of the legs in that area there, just a couple of lines. I think that's all I need to do. And then let's have a look. We're going to draw that cool blade going along here. So what I want to do is draw, the wrist is here, so I'm going to draw the underside of the sort of thumb up here, comes around there and in, fingerless glove, so curve it around. On this side I'm going to come up, the hilt of his sword is sort of here, so I'm going to just leave a gap a moment, come up here, and I'm just going to draw 1, 2, 3 and finger here. Then I've got another finger sort of going around where the thumb is, draw a nail in that thumb like that. Another one here coming around, sort of holding onto the hilt there, and then maybe just bring that off there. Now I've got those in, I can draw the hilt coming out this way, so it comes out from those fingers, it just comes out this way, and this side sort of comes down here, sort of curves around a bit, comes out I think at the end there, and then just sort of tapers out at the end. Give it a nice sort of curved element to it. This continues up this way, so there's a little bit here just by the thumb, and it tapers out again, so we've got a nice sort of diagonal line either side of that coming around, curve it around like that. And then it kind of, I think we've got these little horn areas actually on the shoulder pads, so we'll draw one in, a little rectangle element there, and then it kind of just comes in there, goes up where the blade sort of going behind his head, so I'm just going to draw two little lines like that. This goes right behind here to this ear area here, and then what I'm going to do is sort of just grab that in, probably draw up to about this point here, to about that point there. So I'm going to come sort of down like that, and then this side I'm going to come down, I'm going to draw, I guess from here, just a little gap, there's a little gap there, I'm going to draw the dragon. Just leave a gap there, maybe it comes to about that point there, and I'm just gonna come up and just sort of join it up. A little bit of a mismatch there, that's okay. We'll just come around like that, draw the top of that blade. Okay, last little thing I need to draw is that cool little dragon. What I'm going to do, sort of, his nose is about here, so where my finger is there, I'm going to draw a little horn coming up this way, and a little horn sort of here, coming up that way. I'm going to join his head like that there, bring it down, sort of this curves of his head. There's a cool little ear popping out this way. It comes down and it sort of there's a little bite out of it there. Then it sort of continues down here and it gets a bit sort of like a few little V's at the end there. The other little ear sort of comes out into the sword, so just pop it up there, bring it in. A nice curve around where his face is, bring it around like that. Just a hint of it there, and I'm going to just bring my pen down like that. It's got a little neckerchief on, I think, so I'm just going to draw a couple of curves underneath his head there, and then just draw in up there, and he's sort of like holding on to him. So I'm going to just draw a nice curve there, and a curve here, and I think you almost see a little claw like that. Let's just pop his face in. So in the center there, I'm going to pop sort of about here, a couple of dots like that. Then I've got two little sort of eyes, which are like half moon. So I'm going to bring my pen up and around. This side, bring my pen up and around. Just a little curve it on the bottom, like a cheery little face. Then I'm going to draw in just a hint, like a little crescent again of an eye. And he's got like cool little brows, little dots like that, brows. So I'm going to just sort of draw this little mischievous brows in. Then he's got a cool little smirky face, little smile. So come in like that, and then bring my pen out and around like this. And just give a hint of a few little teeth, just a few little dots, makes it look like he's got little teeth in there. Like that, okay? Neckerchief, it's around like that. Cool. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's just add a little bit of detail to Kendo. So first of all, I'm just going to add sort of a few little lines on the hair because it's got quite dark hair. So I'm just going to just make it look a little bit more like he's got sort of dark hair going on. I'm just going to fill in a few of those bits around there. That's cool. Now, the sword has got a couple of gaps in it, so I'm going to just sort of draw in a couple of like hints of rectangle areas where it's like gappy. And then I'm going to come around here and just sort of draw in the top of that blade. Like that. This area is quite dark. I might actually just fill it black. I'm a little bit loath to do too much black. I might do that when I'm going to take it to Photoshop later. A few little lines of detail around there. Oh yeah, and there's a couple of little sort of spikes on his glove. Got one there, one there. Three little diamonds going on the sword hilt. Just colour the end in black. Yeah, that's good. Now, let's have a look at this suit. There's a zip area here. I'm going to really sort of taper out a little zip area. Then I'm going to bring my pen. I'm going to draw a line down this way. I'm going to draw a line sort of down here this way. Then in the middle of that, there's these little lines where the zip is. So it sort of comes down to the middle section there. This I can just colour in black. And then I'm just going to sort of give a hint, sort of just pipe it a little bit around there. And from this point, it kind of scoots out like a little V. So one way goes this way, pipe it. One way kind of goes out this way. Just adding a little hint now of detail. The collar area from here, we can just bring it down, sort of down there. There's a little swoosh that way there. I think I might just colour this bit in black here. It's so dark around this area. And then just a couple of hints. There's a little bit of red going on in his costume, you see. So just want to make sure I get those in. There's a little sort of strap area going on the side of him. Around here, I think you can see like the edge where this is red here. I think you can see that coming around this way. So I'm just going to bring that up like that. And then along here, by that collar, I'm going to just curve into that line there. Then we'll just pipe it like that. And then we've got a few little sort of nice little curved lines that add a bit of dynamic look to it. We've got a few little sort of tapered bits coming down here, little sort of straps. This area we can kind of pipe. And then yeah, we can just add a little hint of some detail going on around here, just sort of fill it in. And you don't need to do this, you can do it if you want. It's totally up to you if you want to add this sort of stuff. Sometimes it's nice to add just a little bit of extra sort of detail going on. And then on this arm here, we've got this band coming down this way, sort of continues down the arm, then comes out here, down this way to there. Just return it with a nice bit of piping line. It actually comes out here to there, so just join it up like that, okay? There's a couple of little sort of soft, sort of arrowhead looking elements there, so just draw a couple in there. And then I think I'm fairly happy really with that. Couple of lines there and there, a little bit of detail on this shoulder, so I'm just going to sort of draw in a few of these little bits. If I am going too fast, you can always just hit the pause button, go back, have a look, and then just fill it in. There we go, just a few little pops of black on there. I think it's quite nice. And then just on here, we've got the rope element. So I'm gonna just draw in a few little sort of nice little loose little lines, sort of just to denote sort of like the weave. Just a couple of lines here and there. Makes it look a bit textured, a bit like material rope. We don't have to do too much, that's quite nice then. I might just go down the edges and just make it pop. We've got a lot of detail now. I just want to make sure the outer part is sort of popping, especially where there's a lot of detail around the edges. Maybe just a nice line along here, this collar area there. Coming in here, maybe this area, that could be black for the hair, maybe that as well. Maybe just a little bit more at the top. Nice, that's looking good. Okay. A few little sort of gleam lines on the sword, just so it stands out a little bit from our little companion on his back. And then I think I'm fairly happy with that. I think I'm gonna maybe just come along here and just that underarm part and there. Then I think I am fairly happy with that. Just let that black sort of taper down this way, and we can always fill it in with colour later. There we go. That is Kendo from Fortnite on Art Draw. I hope you like what you see. Let me know who else to draw in the comments, and I'll keep on having a look and I'll keep on drawing. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.